Hey guys, Ash here from the Gooders and Blues, and it is the Monday supplement. And I suppose after yesterday's disaster, it's a very subdued, and I suppose you could say anger, but I just don't think any of us can believe what we watched um, on that pitch yesterday, or the lack of what we watched on the pitch yesterday. Um, it was such a very bad performance by everyone, with the exception of the scapegoat that we've been slagging off, including myself, slagging off heaps over the last couple of months, which is Jordan Pickford. I know we did concede 4 goals, but it would have been a lot more, especially in the first half for the couple of saves that he did make. The only criticism we can say is that he's getting beaten too many times on his right hand side, and all the clubs know that now. You know, a lot of the goals are going in on that side. You know, the efforts are going in. There's very little he could have done with Williams' goal. There was such a bend on it; it curled into that corner. But it just goes to show that's his weak side now, and every club knows about it now. And you know, in their training, if you're going to be going coming up against Everton, that's their training. You're going to have to hit that right hand side of Jordan Pickford. But anyway, when you go through the lineup we had yesterday, Luca Dean looked very as if he didn't want to be there. I still think he's not 100% fit and hasn't been for quite a while, so I don't know why. Yes, I did put him into my starting 11, to play him, because I think if he's fit, he should be playing. But I think definitely he's not fit. He didn't show any interest yesterday. He wasn't bombing at all up and down that pitch. He cruised yesterday. That's put himself into neutral and just cruised. Um, why Yerry Mina is not playing, I don't know. Has he got a knock? He was replaced by Michael Keane yet again. I don't know what's going on. Michael Keane is clearly not our main centre back. He might hope, or might think he has, but obviously with Mason Holgate in his new contract, and him and Yerry Mina have been playing so well together, and haven't been conceding as many goals when they've been playing together. I don't know why he's changed it. Some of the lads said yesterday, okay, they firmly, but this is before the game kicked off, they firmly believe that he just believes that the season is over, we're safe from relegation, we're not going to make Europe, and let's kind of change things around, bring in different players. Well, in my perspective, if that is the case, well then why isn't he bringing in some of the youngsters, likes of Anthony Gordon? I know he got on the pitch yesterday, but why is he not starting the game? Why is he not bringing him in earlier into the game and giving them, at a second half, or giving them an actual start? Sidibe, I was highly impressed with him when he first started. When he came to the club on loan, and I thought he was going to be the next big thing, and I was screaming that if it's only going to cost us 12 million to buy him, let's get the deal done, get it signed and dusted. But as every game has gone on since, he has shown how crap he is. Sorry guys for any fans of him out there. I think he is crap. He looks clumsy, and he's getting clumsier with every game. When he passes the ball, it's like he has no power behind it. It never seems to find the person he's looking for. And not a case of like it just being a clear interception of the player getting before him. The ball is just not getting to him at all. Tom Davies, I was a huge fan as well. I was hoping he might break through this season and push on, but he hasn't at all. He's another guy who just cannot pass the ball. Why Bernard was playing on the right hand side yesterday, I don't know. Gylfi Sigurdsson can't play left or right. So I was in the last game we had Sigurdsson out on the right hand side. Why wasn't Bernard playing on the left? I don't get it. And if Walcott was fit, why didn't Walcott start? And fair enough, when he came on, he didn't offer anything. So in that sense, it didn't change anything whatsoever at all. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, unfortunately, he didn't have the best game. He did have that chance before half time where he could have made it 2-1, and then you never know whether Carlo Ancelotti would have given him a kick up the arse and say, look, we can get back into this game, but he should have taken that chance. So he still, if we all, as the saying goes, he's not the finished article. He still needs to work on it. But obviously, yes, he's still one of our top performers this season. Richarlison didn't have a great game either. In the sense of getting back and helping out, trying to defend, and putting pressure on, he was very good. But just up top, he wasn't offering anything at all. He was very poor. With any chances he had of crosses or shots, he wasn't great whatsoever. Um, so obviously with next Monday's game against Liverpool, I don't know what they're gonna do in the coming week. to get, training wise, to get them ready for this game. Because at the moment, obviously, what happened with the City game yesterday, City losing. They also play on Wednesday, I believe, against Arsenal. If they lose that game, and then if somehow they lose again, I think they're playing again on Saturday. So they play another two times before we play on Monday. That could, if they lose those two games, potentially, I think if my calculations are correct, these bastards can win the title if they beat us at Goodison. And we all know they're going to win it either way. But please God, we don't want it to happen at Goodison of all fucking places. Like, my brother's a Liverpool fan, and my four nephews are, and I'm going to have to listen to it for the next 20 odd years. Once they win it, and obviously they win it at Goodison, that's something we cannot afford to have. So let's just hope the two games in the week, that they beat Arsenal and they beat whoever they're playing on Saturday, because if that's the case, then they still need two wins, which means it puts us out of the equation whatsoever. Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed on that, guys. Um, so just quickly moving on to back to Sidibe, the big question would be, should we be signing him in in the summer, getting on a permanent? I think he's shown now that he has no interest in staying at the club after the season ends. He obviously wanted to put in some great performances at the start of the season to, just to show Monaco, hey, I'm still your guy. I'm not too sure if Monaco are still in the Champions League, or because they generally do be in it most seasons, so they are a European based. They're always in a competition. And obviously, as I keep mentioning before, with the lad out on loan at Schalke, John Joe Kenny, he seems to be doing well out there. Now let's hope that they don't have an interest and want to sign him on a permanent deal. Hopefully, John Joe will want to come back to the club, and I think if we all know Seamus Coleman's not getting any younger, but could he be our next first choice right back? He's had good games for us and bad games when he's been playing for us, but he's been having, like, he put him some head of a screamer in his first couple of games for Schalke, so he seems to be getting on well there. I know it's a different league, but I think looking forward, we need to keep some of these players who are potentially going to come into something. I definitely think it's time to let Sidibe looks, just tell him at the end of at the end of the season, we're not interested in signing you. Your levels of performance have absolutely dropped, and we just don't want you there. Obviously, we're not letting Andre Gomez get away scot free. He had a terrible game yesterday as well. I know you could give him the excuse that he's still coming back into fitness, but he put in a good performance when he came on as a sub against Arsenal. He hemmed and hawed, I suppose, in the United game as well, but this performance yesterday was terrible by him as well. So he's no scapegoat. I don't know if Delph was he suspended, or is he back injured again. Iwobi didn't get on the pitch either yesterday as well, so he must be disheartened as well that he's not getting starting positions. Like, when you have Walcott and you have Iwobi there, why is Gylfi Sigurdsson starting on the wings? I just don't get it. It just makes no sense. But look, going forward, definitely changes are going to have to happen. You could turn around and say, let's just kick off and get rid of half the team, but who buy them? And if people do come in and buy them, are we going to get them for a proper fee, or are we going to be letting them go for next to nothing? Because obviously, if we have any aspirations of doing anything, we know it's point spending all this money and then nothing actually comes of it. We have to do something, get ourselves into European football. And I think because of this result yesterday, we can scrap. We all had to think, okay, there's a slight chance we might get Champions League if we got results in these games, and then obviously the good positioning of getting possibly the Europa League. But obviously Sheffield United are winning games. You have Wolves who are winning games again. Burnley are winning games. What's the point? Um, we're just gonna have to see what happens, guys. Anyway, we'll talk.